Grindelwald is mentioned for the very first time in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, so he was a character who was there from the beginning. So it was Beast that was in the back of my mind for 10 years.
The Crimes of Grindelwald is just around the corner, and in order to get you really excited for what's to come, we prepared a list of famous Harry Potter characters possibly appearing on this film or in future installments of this new Wizarding World saga.
I can't move against Grindelwald. It has to be you.
By the time this video was uploaded, we hadn't seen the movie. This list is entirely based on the first Fantastic Beasts and on the trailers for the second movie, including interviews, and on the original books, as well as Pottermore. You know it, make sure you subscribe to our channel and ring that bell to get all the new content first, and don't miss the latest super pop culture entertainment. Let's go. 10. Fawkes. The first one we immediately thought about was the loyal pet of the Hogwarts headmaster Fawkes. Not very much is known about Fawkes the Phoenix, but since Dumbledore will have an important role in the Fantastic Beasts series, it could surely pop up. Let us explain. We learn in the first movie that Newt was writing his book about magical animals, cataloging all the creatures he found and collected all over the world into a suitcase, and the Phoenix is in it. It says it is extremely rare to find one and domesticate it, thus it having a 4Xs rating category. Our theory is that Fawkes was the example studied by Newt since he and Dumbledore were great friends. 9. Garrick Ollivander. We originally met the old wand maker back in 1997 in the Sorcerer's Stone. When Harry Potter gets his wand for the first time in Diagon Alley, his age was never revealed in order to know if he was born by the time the Crimes of Grindelwald happens, but we do know his name and shop appear in the wand permit formulary from 1926, so we assume he is already an adult by that time. The theory here is that he and Dumbledore will have some kind of connection in order for the professor to have a wider knowledge about the Elder Wand, revealing to be extremely important to this movie. Or perhaps we get to see young Tom Riddle buying his wand, just maybe, like he has one of the twin wands and Harry has the other. It would be an excellent fan service moment. 8. Minerva McGonagall. We know, Potterheads. The witch that can turn herself into a cat at will to spot Harry and Ron arriving late to class wasn't even born during the events of the second adventure. She will eventually be born in 1935, which fits within the timeline for the rest of the saga. We might be seeing the infant McGonagall manifesting her first little bits of magic, just like in the book, or even at Diagon Alley, buying her first wand.
That was bloody brilliant.
Oh, thank you for that assessment, Mr. Weasley.
Other possibility, even though a little far-fetched, is time traveling. Yes, it sounds stupid to say the least, but originally, Minerva, approved by Dumbledore, was the one who gave the time turner to Hermione in Prisoner of Azkaban, for her to be able to attend all of her classes.
Now, can anybody tell me what a boggart looks like?
No one knows.
When'd she get here?
Since McGonagall had free access to the time turner, maybe she will be using it to alert Dumbledore of Grindelwald's rise to power, or something like that. 7. Aberforth Dumbledore.
My brother sacrificed many things, Mr. Potter, on his journey to find power.
He is seen for the first time in the Order of the Phoenix and is known by being the younger brother of Albus Dumbledore, but his controversial story starts long before the events of Harry Potter, back in 1899 when his brother met Grindelwald for the first time. Together, these two wizards pretend to rule the world over Muggles, considering Albus was corrupted by his interest in Gellert Grindelwald. Aberforth trying to call his brother to reason made Grindelwald lose his control and attacked him with the Cruciatus Curse. Albus tried to help his brother, but instead started a three-way duel. Ariana Dumbledore, the youngest sibling, was caught in the midst of it and ended up taking the curse that led her to an instant death. We already revealed in a previous video the casting of the actors portraying young Grindelwald and Dumbledore. Perhaps we really get to see this crucial scene in order to explain the present conflict. 6. Ariana Dumbledore. Ariana was only 14 years old when she was struck with this curse, but she was much more than simply the motive for the conflicted relationship between the Dumbledore brothers. Ariana tried to conceal her magic abilities all the time, starting after she was bullied by 3 Muggles when she was a little girl. But since controlling its powers is almost impossible, she eventually had an episode where her emotions take the most out of her, and she ended up causing an explosion, killing her mother in the process. She's most certainly an Obscurus, just like Credence in Fantastic Beasts. And since he will be the main focus of this new movie, who knows if we don't get another flashback, this time at Dumbledore's home. 5. Bathilda Bagshot. Perhaps you don't remember her from the movies or even from the books, but she had an important role in the wizarding community. Bathilda Bagshot was Grindelwald's great aunt that lived in Garrick's Hollow, the same place where Harry's parents would later live and ultimately get murdered by Voldemort. There's also a big possibility that she pops up in one of the future installments, or even in this one, due to the fact Grindelwald went to live with her after becoming an orphan back in 1899. This would be an important flashback, since Bagshot was the one who introduced his great-nephew to Dumbledore. Oh, and she was famously known for writing the book A History of Magic, studied at Hogwarts. So there's also that. 4. Henry Potter. We are not talking about the Harry Potter, but more about his great-grandfather. Henry Potter, who was also known as Harry Potter, went against the then Minister of Magic by helping Muggles in the First World War, for he believed wizards and Muggles were the same. Do you know who also served in the First War? Yes, Newt's brother, Theseus Scamander. Can't be just a coincidence, right? Well, there's another Potter who can make an appearance. Fleamont Potter. It was kind of featured in the first Beast movie, but only in a piece of newspaper at the beginning. Fleamont was a famous potion maker, particularly well known for his hair potions that made his whole family rich. Ah, now we know how Harry got all that gold in Sorcerer's Stone.
Didn't think your mom and dad would leave you with nothing though, did you?
3. Armando Dippet. Armando who? Before Dumbledore even thought about being Hogwarts headmaster, there was Armando Dippet. He was known for hiring Minerva McGonagall, who we already included in this list, and supposedly others like Albus Dumbledore and Horace Slughorn. In Crimes of Grindelwald, Albus was still the professor of defense against the dark arts, and would later be the professor of transfiguration. So, supposedly, Dippet was the headmaster during the events of Fantastic Beasts. He could make a quick cameo when Dumbledore is being interrogated by the R's. 2. Marvolo Gaunt. Marvolo Gaunt was the maternal grandfather of Tom Riddle, aka Lord Voldemort. He and his children lived in poverty as a result of decades of inbreeding to maintain their pureblood status and a climate of violence, always seeking greatness over the others. In 1927, when this new movie happens, Marvolo was unknowingly in possession of a resurrection stone, which was casted into the Marvolo ring, later converted into one of Voldemort's Horcruxes, ultimately destroyed by Dumbledore. Since Grindelwald is desperately looking for the Deathly Hallows, perhaps there will be a scene of some sort in the future where the wizard confronts Gaunt and steals the stone to create his army of Inferi.
Horcrux? I beg your pardon? Horcrux. I came across the term while reading.
I'm not sure what you were reading, Tom, but this is very dark stuff. Very dark indeed.
1. Voldemort. Or Dark Lord, Tom Riddle, he who must not be named. Call him what you want. But yeah, the darkest wizard of them all will certainly be popping up in this new series. Tom Riddle was born in 1926, the year the first Beast movie occurs, but since they will jump till the 40s by the end of the last installment, it fits perfectly with the first opening of the Chamber of Secrets and his graduation from Hogwarts School. By that time, Tom was also creating his first Horcrux, after getting the know-how from Professor Slughorn. Can you imagine an encounter between young Voldemort and Grindelwald? That would be pretty awesome.
The moment has come to take our rightful place.
Have these 10 super characters got you pumped for November 16th? Do you think any of these would be possible? Or do you have any other character in mind? We hope, at least, for one of our possibilities to become a reality. Tell us your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it if you want, and subscribe to stay updated about all the latest pop culture super tops and facts. Thank you.